you became one of the most popular superstars that WCW had to offer. What would you say that it was about your in-ring performance and your character that made you such a beloved and endearing person with the fans?
I think the passion would be number one. People know when you're phoning it in, and people know when you're just, giving it a half-hearted attempt. But they also know when when you're busting your ass out there. And I often say, because before I changed my name to Dallas Page, my real name was Page Joseph Falkenberg. And I realized as time went on, when Page Joseph Falkenberg stopped trying to be the bigger-than-life wrestling persona, Diamond Dallas Page, and Diamond Dallas Page started to take on the real-life characteristics of Page Joseph Falkenberg, bang, man, my career took off like a rocket. And people could relate to the hardest working guy in professional wrestling because they didn't see me show up like Goldberg did, beating everyone in his path. They saw me get my ass whooped and then get a little bit of shine, then got my ass whooped. And you tell me how many guys you've seen on TV from the beginning get their ass whooped and then turn around to be a huge star. Oh, that answer is nobody.
Your career is definitely unique in that, right?
Right. Nobody. Because you can look at every single star that the WWE has. They may not have kicked ass the whole time, but when they started, they start out with a win. They start out with a push. They start out with, let's see if we get the machine behind this person. That's not how it was for me. Nobody believed in me. It was a lot like Daniel Bryan. And that's the closest guy I've seen. And there's a guy who has risen to the heights that I never even got to. He has just got, everything has worked out for him perfectly. When it looked like everybody was going to fuck him, it all worked out really well for him. And I couldn't be any happier because that's one of the real nicest guys on the planet, never mind the business.
Now, once you finally got that shine, you had the opportunity to capture your first world title against some of the legends that WCW had to offer at that time, in Hogan, Sting, and Flair. Oh, what was that moment like for you?
Well, when all of a sudden you go, and it's years. It doesn't happen all overnight. But, when all of a sudden you go from, watching these guys on TV to being in the same, building with them to in the same angles with them, that's a whole nother level of, I guess just the proof that the work ethic, and if you never give up and you keep pushing forward, whether it's your weight goals because you want to lose, 100 pounds, or, or your goal to get into college, and you don't make it on your first couple SATs, but you keep working your ass off, and then you finally get accepted to Georgia, or you get professional wrestling and you finally get there, you appreciate it. If it comes easy to you, you appreciate nothing. But when you got to really work for it, you appreciate that. And the fans are the same way. Looking back to a guy like Daniel Bryan, I was there in Miami when, the Great White ate him alive with that big bro kick and took the world title from him in, 8 seconds or whatever that was. And the fans, it got him more over that night than if he would have beat him. It made a monster impact. There's better than, there's less than, and there's different than. And Daniel Bryan is absolutely different than. So is Diamond Dallas Page. You never would believe that, that if you look at Diamond Dallas Page, even in the end of 1995, when Pro Wrestling Illustrated gave me Most Improved Wrestler of the Year, there is no way you would ever believe that 2 years later that I would have been headlining one main event after the other.